So, being that I work on setups or do a lot of coaching or teaching or videos or whatever on setups, I get asked a question all the time. And it's usually preceded by a sentence that says, "Hey, I know this is probably a stupid thing to ask, but," and then they'll ask me the question. So, what is the question? Well, the question is, how do I reset my ride heights? Yes, this is something that I get asked a ton because a lot of people don't actually know how to do this. So, in today's Fast Friday video, I'm going to show you how to reset the ride heights, and I'm going to use a NASCAR as an example. But the reason I'm going to use a NASCAR is because it's pretty much the way that you would do it on just about every other car on the sim, with the exception of just a few. And those few, I'll tell you how to do that in today's video. What's up, everybody? Thomas Brandon here. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. And like I said, we got another Fast Friday video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing how to reset the ride heights on your car. Now, this is something that you would do after any adjustment, essentially, okay? Depending on any adjustment that affects the ride height. So a spring change, camber, toe, caster, anything like that, right? ARB, preload, anything like that that is going to affect the ride height, you need to reset the ride height to what it was before the adjustment. Now, there's a couple of reasons why you want to do this, and the main reasons that you want to do this is because of the aerodynamic platform of the car. If it is a car like a, let's say a NASCAR Xfinity, you would want to make sure that you maintain the aerodynamic profile. It also will affect the crossweight, which is really big because of the balance. Even a small crossweight adjustment, right? And when we're talking 0.2%, 0.3%, can have an effect on the balance of the car, especially over a long run. And this can even be the case on like a GT3 car, right? So resetting the ride heights is really critical to when you do an adjustment, because when you change something like a spring, all right, if you don't reset the ride height, now you get into the realm of, well, did the spring help the adjustment, or did the actual change in crossweight help the car, right? Like it can make things kind of confusing. So you want to make sure that you reset those ride heights. And a lot of people don't know how to do this. Now, for those of you out there, this might seem like, what the heck? I mean, how do you not know how to do this? But when people are first starting out, when you open up the garage, it looks like another language, right? People are like, dude, I need a Rosetta Stone to figure this out. I mean, it's just completely foreign to a lot of people. And so I wanted to do this video for a while, and I just always never think about it or I just forget, because like I said, to me, it's second nature. You just do it. But for those people who are starting out, like I said, there's a lot of them, because I get asked this question all the time. They just don't know how to do it. And so today we're going to cover how to do it. Now, before we head over to the garage, let's get 5 minutes on the clock. All right, let's dive in. All right, so we've got up the NASCAR Xfinity series car here. And essentially the things that won't affect your ride heights are like the shocks, the gear ratio, okay, the steering offset, the brake bias, and the tape. All right, everything else can have an effect on your ride heights. Okay, now obviously different cars, okay, will have a different result, but for the most part, anything that affects the suspension, like minus the shocks, is going to affect your ride height. And it's really important that you reset that ride height. All right, if you've ever watched me build a setup, for example, like the Road to Pro truck setups that I've been doing on the live streams the last couple weeks, you'll notice that one of the first things that I do is I get the front ride height dialed in. I get that left front corner, okay, to where that spring is getting coil bound, and I'm getting the nose of the truck down as close as I can get it to the ground without bottoming it out. Once I get that, then I can do everything else around it, because I've got to have that correct. And once I know what that ride height is, then when I make adjustments, I want to put it back there. So that's why it's so important to reset your ride heights, because once you start changing springs and stuff like that, things can get all out of whack. Even when you make small adjustments, okay, it can have an effect on your ride height, and that can change things. When you look in the sense that, if you're talking about the NASCAR truck, for example, okay? Just a couple of tenths of an inch, right? So going from the splitter being a half an inch off the ground or an inch off the ground can have a huge effect on your top speed at a track. And it doesn't have to be like a Talladega, it could be like Dover. All right. So when you get those ride heights to where they are, you want to do your best to keep them there as close as possible. If that does, like I said, that will help the aero profile stay the same. It also allows you to know the adjustment that you're making, that it is correct. All right. When you make an adjustment, right? So let's say we have our left front spring here and we are doing some testing and the car doesn't feel good. So we want to fix that. We're going to adjust our left front spring. All right. Softening up the left front spring can help the car, it can tighten it up on entry when you're looking at it on a corner by corner basis. Okay. So we're going to decrease that. We're going to hit apply, and that's going to change our ride heights. And now we're going to move this back up to 4.551, or as close as we can get it, which is 4.561. Hit apply, and boom, we've reset our ride height. And it really is that simple. You're going to use the spring perch offset on the vast majority of the cars because that's how you adjust your ride heights. There are some out there, obviously, that have different things. You'll see something like blades when you get into different cars, open wheel cars, or the road racing cars, stuff like that, circuit cars. But for the most part, right, dirt midgets, dirt late models, UMP modifieds, all the NASCAR series cars, late models, right, on the asphalt, the super late models, the tour mods, the SK mod. They're all spring perch offset. That's how you adjust it, and it's the same principle every single time. All right, and that is the way that you reset your ride heights. And remember, every time you make an adjustment, always reset your ride heights. It's crucial that you do that because otherwise it can leave you just spinning in circles, or worse, not passing tech. All right, you guys, so that's going to do it all for today's video. Like I said, pretty quick and straightforward, but hey, that's the point of these Fast Friday videos. And really quick, sorry, the last 2 weeks I haven't gotten one out. Things have been super crazy as of late. We just started the Sprint Car Road to Pro training. Plus, I've got my son's baseball is like really busy right now, and there's just a ton of stuff that's been going on. So sorry the last 2 weeks I haven't got anything out to you, but we did today, and like I said, straightforward, to the point. But I wanted to show you this because, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to do this. They did not know how to reset the ride heights, or why you should do it, or when you should do it. And it's one of those questions that I do think people are kind of afraid to ask, because to people who are experienced, it's simple, it's second nature. But for those who don't know or understand, I think there's a lot of them out there who are embarrassed. I should actually say I know that there are, because I've been asked by a ton of them. Like I said, that question is usually preceded by, hey, I know this is probably a stupid question, but how do I reset the ride heights, right? Like, if there's people out there who just don't know how to do this. So I wanted to do this, so help people out that don't know how to do it, and hopefully this helps. All right, but like I said, that's gonna do it. Now, really quick before I go, if you like it, hit the like button. If this was informative, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you want to join the School of Sim Racing, which is completely free to join, there's a link down in the description below, or you can just head over to schoolofsimracing.net. We've got a ton of free stuff on there, more free stuff going up. I do have free asphalt setups that will be going up, not this week, but next week. So look for those. And like I said, they'll be going up. I'm trying to get in line with the season, so when there's an official race and I do the insider setups, I also build a free setup. So there's people who will have free setups for that too. Obviously, I won't get it done every single week, but hopefully over time we can get that kind of built up. So keep an eye out for that as well. And then if you want to join our winner's circle, you can click on the button down below that says join, or click on the link in the description, and you become part of the winner circle. You get access to the live stream recordings when I do live stream, which is a couple nights a week. This coming week, I'll be live streaming Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Going to be running the spring fling in the dirt late models, and if I make it past night number 1, I'll be live streaming those nights, night number 2, and hopefully night number 3 if I'm really lucky. But If not, I'll be live streaming something else. But it's a lot of fun. We have a great group that comes out, man, and it just makes the racing that much better when I have people to sit and talk to when I'm out there driving. So yeah, if you want to check any of that stuff out, like I said, links description down below. All right, you can just check it out. All right, but that's gonna do it. Thank you very much as always for joining me. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and as always, I want to wish you good luck, good racing. Take care.